So someone sent me a message and asked me, what do you do when somebody you're in a relationship with or somebody you're emotionally invested in starts withdrawing their energy from you? That is, they are giving you attitude. You sense that this person is becoming emotionally distant. What do you do in such a situation? Hi guys, my name is Duru Wuchukwuemeka. You're welcome to another episode of Heartfelt with Duru, where I get to share insight, thoughts, and lessons that I've kind of picked up from this thing called relationship. Trust me, these are just my opinions. I've always believed that there's no hard and fast rule to this thing called relationship, just principles and guidelines that will make the odds be in your favor. So on this particular episode, I'm going to be sharing insights on what do you do when someone, a guy or a lady you're emotionally invested in, starts kind of withdrawing themselves from you, you sense that they are kind of avoiding you or giving you attitude. Okay, so this is actually a situation that play out a lot in human relationships, where you kind of sense that this lady or this guy that you're dating or you're in a talking stage with or you're emotionally invested in is kind of growing cold towards you. Things are not as it used to be before. You kind of sense that this person is withdrawing their energy. What I see a lot of people do in that kind of situation is that that's when they start calling the person back to back. The person is not picking your call. You're sending the person 427 missed call, you're texting them, you're chatting them back to back. You're not giving them even space to breathe. Don't do this. If you're doing stuff like that, it will only pull the person away from you the more. There are so many reasons why the person might be distant. It's possible that the person is dealing with a lot of personal issues, or the person is depressed. It's also possible that there is someone else in the picture. It's possible that maybe they heard a gossip or something about you, and they are building up resentment in their heart. It might be also because of there is something maybe that you would have done that you didn't apologize for. In fact, there are so many reasons why this can actually be at play in that relationship. So the first step I recommend you do when you observe that this guy or this lady that you're emotionally invested in is kind of growing cold towards you, first thing I recommend is just take some few steps backwards and evaluate how things have been. Look at how things have been in the past week. Look at how things have been in the past month, in the past days. Are there things, that you might have actually have done, whether mistakenly or knowingly, to have prompted this kind of attitude? A lot of time, these things don't just wake up one morning and boom, the person is avoiding you. Usually, it builds up over time. And if you actually look back, you might be able to see one or two things that, you might not get the full picture, but you might get a hint that, it might be this, it might be this one, it might be this one. Yeah, so just take a few steps backward and evaluate things. It'll give you a hint on, what's this all about? Where is this coming from? And all those kind of things. So the next thing I feel that you should do is to, approach the person to make a form of emotional demand, something that you guys are used to doing. Yeah, for example, you might just approach the person. If you guys are used to having long conversations on call, you can just try to make a long call with the person. If you guys are used to hanging out, you can just call up the person and be like, let's hang out or do this thing, It's something that is not a new thing. It's something that you guys are used to doing. Why you're doing this is to be able to, build a case file. Not that you're going to be judgmental or confrontational, but you're building a case file to point a finger that you're not making up things in your head. That, this is a case of them trying to avoid you. You're doing this to have a point of reference to start a conversation. So the next thing I feel that you should do after, obviously, you've approached the person to make a form of emotional demand, most often than not, they are going to turn you down, give you 101 excuses why they can't do this kind of thing. Or probably they might oblige you and do it, but you discover that they might not do it as they used to do it before. Yeah, the next thing I feel you should do is just have a sincere, honest conversation about what is going on. And this is actually the crucial part. A lot of people will tell you when somebody is giving you attitude, you ghost them. When somebody is doing just ghost them. But I don't think that this is the case. As matured adult, the natural thing to do is just to sit down, have an honest conversation about it. You're not judging the person. You're not confrontational. You're trying to show empathy. You're trying to see things from the other person's perspective. Yeah. So you sit down and have an honest conversation about it. Yeah, this is actually the crucial part. If it's a case of something you mistakenly did, or a case of maybe the person heard a gossip about you or something like that, this is actually the point to actually trash it out and actually chart a course forward. Yeah, but if it's a case of maybe the person is depressed, or the person is seeing someone else, or the person is losing attraction or getting tired of it, discover that nothing concrete will come out from discussion. They'll just be flying all over the place, giving you 101 excuses that doesn't hold water. But the important thing is that you sit down to have this conversation, so that if at this point in time this thing can no longer work out, you'll be able to have a closure to it and not just having things hanging. So from the outcome of the honest conversation you had with this person in question, you can be able to make a more informed decision on what's the next line of action. Yeah, if it's a case of maybe you did something wrong, you can apologize, try to see ways to actually make amends. If it's a case of rumors or something, you can just clarify things, and things will get back to how it is before. But if it's a case of where the person is going through a lot of personal issues, I think the best you can do at that point is there is no amount of trying to push yourself to the person that is going to work. As a matter of fact, the more you push yourself to them, the more they are going to become distant emotionally from you. For I think what you do is that point is just kind of reassure them, let them know that you're going to be here for them, let them know that you have their back, and let them know that you're with them on this, whatever the situation is. Offer to help them, offer emotional support to them, even physical support as the case may be. Let them know that you're going to be there for them, and then give them space. Just give them a little space. There are a lot of people that they just need a little space to get their act together to heal. Yeah, what you discover that after a while, you guys will gradually converge together and things will become as they used to be. But there are some cases whereby you give them space and nothing is forthcoming. It's as if they're even enjoying the space. What I would recommend is this: after a long while, check up on them. Try to, get a conversation going. If you discover that that person is still distancing, is still giving you attitude, what I recommend is just take your walk. At some point, it's okay to overgrow some relationships, some commitment, depending on your level of commitment. Once you still have it, you've not gone to the altar, and you still have a chance to walk away. Yeah, it's okay to actually outgrow some relationship. It's not do or die. You can't force yourself on somebody that doesn't want you. Once you've on your own, you've justified every reason, both to God and man, that you've tried your best in this thing, and this person is still not forthcoming. My dear, just give them their space. Forever, just give them their space. But what I discovered is that absence actually makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe it's possible that you might have been choking them, in the past couple of months or couple of days, that you have been choking them. But you discover that once you give them a little air to breathe, they'll start missing you and coming back. You get that kind of thing. So just learn to match somebody's energy. So there you have it, guys. My thoughts on how you handle a situation where a guy or a lady is emotionally distancing from you or giving you attitude, or withdrawing their energy from you. And the other ways you feel that this situation can be handled, let me know in the comment section below. Know that your thoughts and comments are going to shape the future content of this channel. I'm going to be releasing a new video every Monday to share my thoughts on these things. So if you found any form of value from this video, just kindly hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification icon. I'm going to be making a new video every Monday to share my thoughts on these topics. So I'll see you in the next video.